Hey, what's going on, everybody? John here with Havokmkr Studio, and today, just more with it being our first or my first official week with my own channel. This is the just kind of relax and paint. I think today we are going to aim for getting 10 zombie size. I think 10 here. Let me count them here. Let me just throw them here in front of the screen. Yep. Let's see here. So we're gonna do 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we got 10. We got 10 zombie side from the hunt or zombies, and I'm thinking some of these are like vampire gals, all from the Huntsman pack. If you did the Kickstarter, or maybe even, I don't know if the Huntsman pack is available, but we're going to do those, and we're going to tinker a little bit. Let me get this guy on a base here. We're going to tinker with this Marine that I've given a Fire Lord's chapter symbol and the Death Watch shoulder pad. So we're going to tinker with him as well. So we're going to have some fun tonight doing a variety of things. Let me see if I can raise this camera up just a little bit. I can, though I'm going to have to, I might have to nope, we don't have to readjust anything. We're good. Cool. Fantastic. Well, let's get these zombies mounted on these paint handles from Games Workshop. Just going to do I'm going to start with all these vampire gals because we're going to paint them all the same. Same robes, same skin, same hair, everything, just down the line. And we're going to try to get 10 of them done tonight. And not 10 vampire gals, but we're going to try to get as many of these done as possible. And try to get some of that work done on this this Space Marine here. Just double checking her color scheme. Well, unfortunately, they don't do. There's actually no real artwork out there, so we're just gonna have to guess. So I'm thinking vampire. We're gonna go with red. Probably a red dress, and then probably a pink corset, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe? I'm not sure. We'll see. Checking all my streams. Making sure everything is working correctly before we get to work here. And all right, analytics, everything looks good. I don't know why it just has. Well, let's do this. There we go. All right, so I'm thinking red dress and then that corset. Kind of hard to see there, but it looks like it just wraps around the waist and then comes up on the flanks there, and then wrapping around the bust. I just want to get it as accurate as possible. I'm thinking what we'll do is they're vampires, so I think we will go with a black corset up with that high collar, and then red dress. I'm thinking we're going to go with I'm thinking what's a spicy color? Spicy red. Flesh tears red. All right. Let's do some flesh tears red. I think that's going to be a nice color. All right, here we go. Using Flesh Terror Red's contrast paint from Citadel. Do my best not to get on the skin, but if I do, it's okay. We'll just paint over it. I think we're also keep saying we. I. Well, I guess you guys are here with me, so I guess it is we. We will also. I'm thinking maybe paint stockings. I think maybe some thigh-high stockings. I don't know. Because they have like little slippers on, but I feel like we could probably get away with doing that. And this red's just going to get on that skin, so we're just going to make do. We'll come back, clean that up. No problem. All right. My goal, like I said, will be to try to get about 10 models done tonight. So we'll see how fast these ladies go. They will kind of set this. Well, actually, I can't even say they'll set the pace because every single model is different. Well, I've got 2, 4, and then these 4. So we got 3 different sets of models with anywhere from 2 to 4 models of the same type. So I have no idea if we're going to be able to pull this off tonight, but we're certainly going to try. At least if I can get the base coat on everything, then that's half the battle. Because then I can come back in later and spend, I don't know, 20 minutes per model probably. I don't like to try to put a timestamp or a time on how long the model should take, just in case I end up not getting it done in that time. I don't feel defeated, but I can at least I can kind of ballpark it. Oops. Oh, a little bit of mess up. That's all right. Yeah, I think this Flesh Terror Red is probably the right choice. Now that I'm looking at it, I think that collar will end up being red. So I think the corset will go over that dress. So that corset probably needs to be red as well. I'm thinking. Oh wait. Nope, that's part of the part of the corset. So we'll leave that alone. Now it looks like these puffy sleeves might be part of it as well. That could just be part of the design or the some bad molding or something there. Because in the imagery they looks like they're separate, but on the model it looks like it's all one piece, but only like one piece on the right side. All right, I really think I should do that to the. I feel like that'll really help accentuate the model if we make that high collar there match the rest of the dress, and then we'll do a separate color for the corset. So this is either going to look really awesome or I'm going to fail miserably and have to start all over again. right, that's one down. 3 to go. See if I can be a little bit tighter here with this one. If not, no big deal, because like I said, I can come back over anywhere that I did not want this Flesh Terror red, like I just got on her leg there. Come back over it with some white, Corax white, clean it up, and then get it the color that I want. I'm thinking also we're going to slide in with some Ulthuan. Oh, if I have some, I think I might have to do administrative gray. I don't know if I have any that Ulthuan gray, but I'm thinking that's what I'll use for her pallid flesh. Maybe with maybe mix in just a little bit of purple. Maybe. We'll see how I feel. Coming along here, still kind of a bloody mess. Alright, what's going on here? Oh, this is going to be very taxing trying to get through 10 models tonight. But we're going to get through as many as we can. I think once I get all the Flesh Terror red on all 4 of these, I'm assuming they're vampire ladies. Vampiress. Once we get all that done, then I'm going to come back, or we'll walk away and come back and or go over and tinker with that or the Space Marine for Death Watch. Now, Death Watch, once that army or once that is complete, if you head over to my Facebook page for Havokmkr Studio, I think the link is down below. You can hit that link, go to the Facebook page, and I put up a kind of a pseudo poll. You can get on there, and where I basically is asking which group of 5 Space Marine chapters out of that list would you prefer to be in a Death Watch Space Marine squad. And we give it about a week, and then we will decide on one of them. And then I'll do 5 guys, all customized. And then once those 5 are done, we'll do another. I'll do probably the next 5 that were voted on, and we'll end up probably adding on some Inceptors, some Aggressors, and some Hellblasters, and basically form close to a 10-man squad. I got to see what other models you can add to that squad. I think it's just the Intercessors, the Aggressors, Hellblasters, and Inceptors. So if that's all I can add, then I'll add one to each, and so those will be 9-man squads, or 8-man squads. 9, 8. Then I can always fill in 2 other Intercessors, and I think what I'll do is either on the Facebook page or some or on eBay, or when I get my own webpage up, we'll make those available. We're not selling the Space Marines. We're selling the paint basically, just to make sure I'm not violating any sort of copyright or anything like that. But they'll be highly customized, and if you ever want to, if you got Space Marines and you want to be able, or maybe you want to do Kill Team, maybe you want to add Death Watch to your army, your Space Marine army, or your Imperial army, or add on to your Death Watch that you have right now. I will have a hoping 1 to 3 squads. Well, definitely 1 squad. Maybe 2 to 3 squads will be available. And I'm thinking that all proceeds will go to charity, or I might do half to charity and then half to the studio. I'm not sure yet. So do have expenses to run the studio or to get it up and going. So got that to take into consideration. Alright, so almost done here. I think this is drying pretty fast. I just did a glance over when I grabbed this one. The other 2 that I've done so far looked like they were drying. Probably what'll happen is once I get done with the 4th one, this is the 3rd one. Once I get done with the 4th one, I'll start with the 1st one. Do any repairs with the white that I need to do. And work my way through all the models. So maybe by the time I get to the last one, the 4th one that I finish with, it'll be dry and I can kind of, I'll be able to tinker with. Oh man, let me make sure my microphone is on. That would be embarrassing for that to okay, good. That would have been embarrassing to have that going on again. Anyways, so by the time that I get done, or it gets to the 4th one to put on the Corax white to clean. Oh, snap. Well, it just made her face really bloody. Anyways, by the time I get to that 4th model, all the Blood Angel or the Flesh Terror Red should be dry, so I'll be able to go in and clean up with some Corax white so we can go into the next part. But I'll let that Corax white dry as I tinker with the, oops, sorry, took that off the screen. And here's our last one. As I tinker with some color ideas that I had for the Black Templar, or the Death Watch. I've got an idea of how I want to paint the Death Watch. I'm just not sure if it's going to work out. So it's going to be kind of an experiment. And we'll see what people think of that experiment. If they like it, fantastic. We will move forward with doing a bunch of squads and make those available. I think they're going to end up being a nice unit, and who knows, maybe when the Death Watch or the new box set comes out, we'll be able to add the or when that Indomitus box comes out and we got the Assault Intercessors, maybe there'll be a nice free PDF update that allows Death Watch, Primaris Death Watch squads to include the Assault Intercessors. And if so, then I won't have to add any other models on. I can just, well, I mean, not add on any other models, but I won't have to worry about adding on regular Intercessors. We can toss on a Assault Intercessor. Maybe 2. Let's see here. We got 5, 3, or 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we'll throw on 2. Give that squad a little bit of an offensive ability in close combat. Maybe 1, and then maybe an extra intercessor. I don't know. We'll see. All that depends on if those new squads, or once those new models come out, if they can take them right off the bat, or we have to wait till the Codex drops for the Death Watch. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping they just give a free update saying Primaris Death Watch Squad can, in fact, take maybe it might even just be up to one extra, or take up to one assault intercessor, which is fine. I can work with that because that just makes it, a lot easier for me to do paint up one assault or a regular intercessor. So we'll see. Lots of possibilities there. Lots of possibilities. But I'd like to definitely do it for charity. I don't know if we'll be able to, because if we're only able to get, let's just say $50, I'm not sure that's a lot for a charity or not. We'll think of something though. I mean, if we're able to put it up for basically, hey, you guys donate $5 every $5. This is just a random thing here, by the way, not the actual deal. But let's say $5 for an entry to win the painted squad, and get enough of those entries. Who knows? Maybe we can get quite a bit, and then it would be worth donating. I'd like to donate to a good cause. I've got a couple in mind, but we need to get there first. Okay, so looking over, let's get back to a couple of these gals. There's a couple spots I missed, and I got a little heavy with this Flesh Terror Red, so there are some parts still drying on all of them. So we're going to let them dry for a heartbeat. I mean, it took us about 22 minutes to get that on there. So I'm thinking with my experiment here, and I know that's out of focus. Give me 1 second here. Thinking that we're going to I should have probably tested this, but I don't mind testing as we go, because that's always fun. Experimenting. Hey, what's going on, Nam? Experimenting with colors is always fun. So we're going to experiment. I have no idea if this idea is going to work. This could end up looking like a really bad Death Watch Marine, but I want to try it. So we're going to do a 1-to-1 mix of Black Templar as soon as I find it. There we go. And the contrast medium. And we're going to be very careful as we navigate the model. We're going to make sure I have not overloaded my brush. We're just going to pick a spot and start and do that completely. So I'm going to do the foot. Start on this right foot. It's a little lighter than I expected, but it's okay. This is just an experiment. All right. So we got that foot coated. We're going to start with go with the greave next. I want to try to do this all in one brush stroke so I don't have overlapping layers like I just did. Hey guys, this is what I'm going to try to do, and then I don't do it. That's awesome, John. Can I mess this up anymore? Oh my gosh. Paint the back of the calf. Yeah, this might not have ended up being a good idea. Oh well, like I said, we're gonna experiment here. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Then I'll just throw the model over my shoulder in disgust, and we'll get right back to the zombie side. But we're not going to know until this Black Templar dries completely. And then we put on the next layer. And if everything works out with the next layer, then, well, then we'll know that I was on the right path. Or it's going to fail horribly. And since it's an experiment, I really can only blame myself this time. Not trying to be gentle with this face. Don't care if I get the Black Templar on there. I want to make sure I get down inside that gorget, get it all nice and covered up. Oh yeah, I meant to do it all along. That's right. Alright, looks like I'm starting to run out of paint. Not so far impressed with my idea, but still got a ways to go. Still got a ways to go. Like I said, this might just be a really horrible idea. I know I'm nervous about this scheme because I'm not talking as much. And I'm starting to rush because I'm not feeling too confident right now with this idea. But the way I look at it is, if I try it and it fails, then it's still a success, because I'll know for sure that the idea was bad and that I won't second guess myself later on. I'm not going to do any other colors though until I can verify that doing this black scheme will in fact work. If it works, yay. If not, boo. Alright. Tucking up underneath there, tucked underneath there. Alright, looks like all the spots that need to be Black Templar are indeed black. Alright, double check in there. Alright. Looking good so far. But, just by chance, since I do have some of this Black Templar available, we're going to go ahead and do her, we're going to bypass my original plan of cleaning up the white areas, and we're just going to slap that Black Templar on her corset. Let's wick that up a little bit. We don't need that to be too heavy. And we'll grab her sister here. And like I said, I'm going to be probably sloppy today. That's all right. Like I always say, it's just paint. You can fix it up later. And also, sometimes it's okay to let go. You don't have to always be so stringent. And then I kind of come back and I'm like, okay, well, I got a little sloppy there with the paint. So now I've got to practice like some repair work or doing some detail work. So I can go in and practice on these small areas that need to be repaired. And last one. All right. I know it's sloppy, but it's okay. This is just base coat. Base coat, base coat, base coat. But that red though, that Flesh Terror red definitely looks nice and sinister. Definitely fitting of a vampire. Check on our Space Marine over here. Alright. That Black Templar, since I watered it down, or thinned it down, is drying pretty quickly, but not quite enough. Or quick enough here. Just doing a couple spot dabs. Get some areas that I missed. All right. In this case, I probably should have gone with the Basilicanum Gray instead of the Black Templar. I would have gotten the same effect. But that's okay. That's all right. Bill's character. All right. Well, here's my experiment. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. I have no idea. Second stage of this, because I want to kind of still want the dark black armor, and I might have had to swap these colors around. And I'm going to pay the price no matter what. So I'm going to take some Drakenhof Nightshade, and we're going to put it over the black, or the Black Templar. And since it behaves differently than the contrast paints, I'm not too worried about doubling up my brush stroke. It's a lot more thinned down than the contrast paint. It's not as pigment heavy either, so I'm not too worried about getting weird streaks or anything. Basically, I'm trying to make some almost midnight blue armor. Try to do go with a different approach instead of just going with the typical black armor that Deathwatch have. Because their armor is actually like photo something dark side, where they basically it's got like photoreactive cells in it that can camouflage or blend in with their surroundings. All right. It's coming along. Just gonna watch some areas that were, looks like they're starting to pool. So I had no idea if this is going to work. But if it does, I might have to do the whole, or I might have to do all the models like that. All right, I'm going to let that dry. Get back to my warrior vampire ladies of evil darkness. So just going to grab some Corax White. We're going to do this to clean up. I have a feeling, though, that I might have to log off, get off early, guys and gals, because my power has been fluctuating all day, and I can hear some storm clouds overhead or rolling in, and I'd hate for to be right in the middle of a show and then lose power. And also the potential for damaging the computer, which is very, it's kind of unlikely, but I'd rather not take the chance. Because if I lose the computer, I won't be streaming. Alright, just clean up that white. Still trying to think of a good skin tone for these vampires. Not sure yet. I mean, yeah, I could do white, but I need to get a little bit more shadow and depth in there, or shadows, not just go white. Well, I guess maybe I could use that apothecary white. That might look good. I feel like if these are vampires, which I don't know, I gotta double check the game. If they are vampires, then maybe they just got done sucking some blood, and so they might have a little bit of color in their cheeks. I don't know. I think that's all going to depend on what these gals are and what my... Oh, wait. Hey, Jessica. Oh, snap. Thank you. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Getting one step closer to getting that lighting. Heck yeah. What? And I'm surprised that nobody... I hear this whole time I've been kind of bracing myself for somebody to hit one of those sound effect buttons. Oh, you know what? Let me, before I start talking about them sound effect buttons, let me turn down the volume here. Oh, sorry. Well, there it says Jessica. My name is Jimmy. So. Just do it. Your dreams come true. I'm glad I turned down the volume because I would have shit my pants. Or, oops, sorry guys. I would have pooped my pants. Oh man, I could just feel it. All right. Oh, okay, gotcha. Her PayPal, your money, got it. No idea how long I'm going to be on tonight because the power has been fluctuating all day. I know that some jerk off ran into a ditch down the road and power was out for a while today. That sucked. And of course, it's like in a ditch where they've been like laying fiber optic cable, so I'm sure they cut a power line, or I don't know. Jerks. All right. Oh, Aries Nova. Okay, you're the one that did that. Oh man. All right, let's check on our old boy here. Looks like. All right, that's not too bad. It's not too bad there. That's a thinned down Black Templar with Drakenhof Nightshade over it. I might end up liking this. I think I'm going to like it. I think I might be onto something here. I think this might still a little light. It's not pitch black, but it's kind of blackish ish. This could end up being a very good idea for doing Death Watch. So we're gonna flesh this guy out a little bit more because I feel like this might be a thing. I think I might have this. I'll have to try to duplicate it with a couple more guys, but if the duplication process works, then I might have a good solid way of doing these Death Watch instead of just slapping black on them and then highlighting with grays and whites. I was thinking go with a kind of a blue or blue black type of look to it, or black blue, blue black, midnight blue, dark blue, kind of black. I don't know what the color is, but I think it might be a good idea. So since I'm happy with it so far, I'm just going to go ahead and start filling in all the other colors. Some Grey Knight Steel on their shoulder pad, which is for Death Watch. They're since they are a specialized force, they have their chapter symbol on the right instead of the left, and they wear the Death Watch symbol or chapter insignia on their left instead. Now, when they leave service, and provided they survive their tenure with the Death Watch, they leave under honorable conditions, they get to retain that shoulder pad, and they get to wear it as a mark of honor with their squads. But it just ends up swapping sides. You know what I forgot? Yeah, I think Death Watch. I think their chest symbol, their Aquila, is a silver as well. So we're gonna go ahead and keep using this Steel Legion, or not Steel Legion. This Grey Knight Steel, since it's kind of a blue, bluish silver, or nickel maybe. Most people, I think, use even like the 534 or 634 Death Watch that I've done. I think it's 634, somewhere around there. And I've always used just lead belcher, and then I brighten it up with silver. But we're gonna try something different with these guys. Always trying something different. All right. Still looking a little drab, so let's do my not little trick, but take Steel Legion drab finally, since I was talking about it. And double checking those girls are still drying over there. Use some Steel Legion Drab on his pouches. I imagine though, narrative wise, these pouches would probably be black, but I want to get a splash. I want some color in there. Get a splash of color. So, and it's my models. I can do what I want. Who knows? I might end up liking these. That way, don't put them up for auction or charity or whatever. We'll just do something else all entirely, which could very well happen. I'm not ashamed to say that I might not want to give up my toy and make some other models for charity. Because if you know me, I am a Death Watch fanatic. I really love everything about them, except how they play in the game. Well, no, that's not true. I like how they play in the game. I've just been expanding my tastes. All right. I know that doesn't look great right now, but it will. Once I come back through and we're going to darken that up. But instead of my normal lead belcher, or not lead belcher, but the normal, what do you call it? Snakebite leather, we're actually going to go in. I don't have a 3D printer, Jimmy Johnson. I don't have a 3D printer, or I would make it. And all the 3D printed ones that I've found, or the 3D prints to repair that, they're like garbage 3D prints. So I am still working on that though. In fact, this weekend we're sending off an email to an individual that may or may not be able to provide a cockpit. Don't want to say too much online or on the air here, but I think you get the gist of that. But I am working on it because I want it done too, man. I need that Thunderhawk. Everybody needs a Thunderhawk in their life. Everybody. It says so in the Bible. Alright. So before I switch over to those vampires, I want to clean up the... Oops. Clean up that shoulder pad a little bit. I got some of the Black Templar on. So I want to... because the symbol that he's got there on his insignia is the Fire Lords. Not Fire Lord Ozai or anything like that, or the Fire Nation, but just Fire Lords. And it's all going to be red, and then the fist in the center is like a black fist. I think there's kind of yellow flame. That's what yellow flames. I got to double check that picture. In fact, we're going to do that right now. I don't care about zombie side there. Yeah, yellow flame. So red trim, red background, then yellow flames, and a black fist. That's what we're going to do for his chapter symbol. So it's going to stand out quite nicely. But I want to wait for that Corax white that I just laid down. I want that to dry before I go in. I'm not going to go in dry. I know, bad joke. Or maybe inappropriate joke. Not sure. Not safe for work. You might have to call, well, you might have to call my HR, and I'm not accepting calls right now, so you just have to deal with that very bad joke. Done in poor taste, maybe. All right, coming back to the ladies. I really don't know what to do with their skin. I'm gonna try to see if I can see a picture. Now they went Maybe these aren't vampire ladies. Huh. I don't know what those are. Because I can't find any... Oh, here we go. Oh, they're just... Oh, they're just zombies. Okay. We can do that. We can deal with zombies. Making them look all fancy and like they're vampires, and they're not vampires. Okay. So in that case, let's get some skeleton horde. Yeah, skeleton horde and some contrast medium. We're gonna thin down the skeleton horde, so it's a kind of a very pale, dirty skin. So still a lot of that white will shine through. A lot more of the white will shine through. This what system seems questionable. I do a lot of questionable things, so. Oh, the HR system, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're able to file a complaint with HR. I just don't know if they'll get back to you in time or ever. But you can at least try. I don't know if I'm the only person that works here. I am not making light of. You know what? I'm just not even going to say that. I'm just going to leave that alone. Instead of doing a thought experiment that could get me in trouble. I like doing thought experiments, but unless you know me well enough, I don't want to get me too'd or anything. Yeah, I know they're not accepting complaint. I know that. I know what you meant. Aries Nova. I know what you meant. Don't know too much about this skin, but oh well. I'm just trying to match what I saw, at least close enough. Now, what they had was almost a lot, well, not almost, was a lot darker than what I've got going on here. So, I feel like this is a better option for the kind of a zombie skin, kind of a little bit like the colors just now leaving the body. So it's kind of blotchy and dirty. And for some reason, it's not showing up too well. Oh well, we'll let it dry. We'll let it dry. I think putting up that first donation thing to have lighting was a good idea because my lighting is not all that great. But soon it will be. Might have to get my hands on a Ragnar Black mane and paint that for Mr. Johnson there. Besides getting the Thunderhawk all up to speed for him. Next donation goal, 3D printer? No. That would be awesome. But actually, I think the goal after that will be I need, I forget what they're called, but basically like a boom arm that I can have the camera actually right over my shoulder on a lot more stable platform. And then after that, I mean, depending on how much that's going to cost, maybe I might just toss in a goal of getting another better camera too. I mean, I've got two really good quality cameras, but I'm thinking that a 4K camera would be good. I've talked to, well, I know a stream girl, or stream girl, cam girl, and she was like, yeah, you just want to go a 4K camera. I'm like, oh, that's good. So if I ever do an OnlyFans page, that's going to be really good. Then I can have high quality, risque videos. I'm not going to do an OnlyFans page, guys. Yet. All right. Going to set those ladies there. So come over, back over here, check on old homeboy. He is looking good, looking dapper. Feet pics. Yes, feet pics. I got nice feet, so who knows? There's a guy on, kind of a comedian. I think I was telling you about this, Cass. Alonzo something. He's on Facebook, and he's always doing like trying weird food combinations at people, or he's always reading like detention letters for kids, and just like, why did you get detention? Oh my god! I mean, just some really funny stuff on Facebook, and I'll maybe try to get him highlighted on my Facebook page. It's just really funny stuff, but he has an OnlyFans page, and he's sitting there talking about he came on, was very despondent, and like, look guys, so I've got an OnlyFans page, and I got this request for, somebody asked me to wear a pair of socks for 7 days in a row, the same pair of socks, don't take them off, and then mail it to them, and for like $100. And I know there's a lot of people out there that's got their own things, but there's some things I'm just not comfortable with. And the whole time he's saying that, he's opening up an envelope, and at the end he folds up a pair of socks, and he's like, I just don't know if I can do this sort of thing. Seals it up to get it mailed off. So that's probably what's going to happen, is if I do an OnlyFans page. But you know what? If some people can sell bath water, I can sell some dirty socks. And just think about this: you guys are not even you guys don't have to pay for this level of entertainment. Oh man! Going in now that this Grey Knight Steel is dried, slapping the Drakenhof Nightshade down those recesses. Then we're going to come back over and with some Runefang Steel, pick out the details. This, like I said, this is just an experiment. No idea if this is going to work. This might end up looking really, really bad. Or it might end up being absolutely bonkers, crazy, amazing. But I am liking that Drakenhof Nightshade over the Black Templar. This is where the 4K camera and the better lighting would come into effect. You would be able to see the kind of a blue-black color there. Maybe you are seeing it. And I know my monitor, the color saturation is really bad right now, or the light saturation. So I'm seeing something really bad. You guys might be something. You're like, oh my god, John, that's absolutely amazing. All right. So if things work out well, though, and I like this scheme, we'll get these guys painted up and detailed, get some battle damage, get them all detailed up, and then get them up like a 5 to 10 man squads. And I'm thinking probably if I can get them to a 10 man squad, once that Indominus box drops out, and I've got those assault intercessors, it'll be easy to swap the bodies out and make these 10 man squads, put them up for charity, why not? And or half and half, I don't know yet, but I feel that it'll be a cool thing to do. or sell the whole thing as an army. Maybe get enough bodies to do a battalion. Oh, right now I'm slapping on or sliding on, brushing on. That's a better term. Brushing on some Blood Angels Red contrast. Sorry, I got to pull it away for a second. Doing that because it's that shoulder pad's supposed to be red, and the trim as well. So we're gonna get that done. Let that dry. Might have to do a second coat. I don't know because this Blood Angels Red it's a lovely color, lovely color. Nice red. So you can see the symbols kind of taking shape there. We're going to come back in. I got a little bit of red on the top of the flame. I'll probably hit that with Corax White once that's dry, clean that up, and then we'll go in and we're going to paint the fist first, get that black. That way when I come back and mess with the flames, it's going to be yellow. I don't have to worry about painting black onto the yellow and screwing up. I can leave that white, clean that up after I paint the black, just in case I get a little bit of splash over, and make it easier to clean up. So still, he's starting to take shape. Once that Dragonhof Nightshade dries up a little bit more on all the metallic parts, we'll go in and mess with that. All right, let's see what the ladies of the night that are now zombies, let's see what they look like. Let me zoom in. They just give them, is that brown or black hair? I'm not sure what they painted those at. You know what? I'm feeling like we're just going to go with black hair. We're just going to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Make sure that camera's working right. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Or keep it super simple. Keep it stupid simple. Since I'm trying to be more positive, we're going with the keep it super simple. Though I'm sure you guys have heard many various iterations of the KISS technique. But we want to be positive influences here. Let's get a little bit more light, see how that works. Yeah, and that red looks good, dude. I am liking that red. It looks kind of like a zombie Snow White. Oh, dude, I missed my opportunity. I could have made this a zombie Snow White. Oh, man. Why didn't you guys catch me on that one? God dang it. Ugh. Tell you what, if I get a hold of another one of these models, I might just have to paint one of these up as a zombie Snow White. Man, I wonder if there's anybody who's done some art like zombie Disney princesses. I think zombie Disney princesses would be a really cool thing. I don't know. Does that count as fan art when you do stuff like that? Because sometimes I'm not a big fan of fan art. Or no, it's fanfic that I'm not usually a fan of. Sorry. But I wonder if there's zombie Disney princesses. So I know there's a lot of Rule 34 zombie princesses out there, or Rule 32, or I think it's Rule 34. A lot of off-brand Disney princess stuff out there, but I don't know if there's any zombie stuff or undead. I think that would be really, really interesting to see. Alright. painting alone. And after watching Ari's Nova, Cassandra on there, her page, I want to really get back to doing some line drawings and sketching, and I want to be a drawer. Oh man, I can hear the collective gasp of artists everywhere. Did he just say drawer? Yes. I want to be a good drawer. Um, let's see here. But my art is really, really bad, though. I mean, I'm so out of touch. We were having that discussion the other day. Since I have strayed from doing that and I've gone more to a 3D, I know that my talents are very lackluster right now. So, but it's an excellent time for me to teach myself something new. So I think, there's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to look at a bunch of new techniques and retrain myself. So it could be a disaster, or it could be an amazing journey. But really, this first this Zombicide painting commission has to get done first. And the client has told me that he forgot to give me the rest of the Resident Evil models. So I've got like another set of Resident Evil heroes I've got to do. I don't have to do, but I'm going to do it for him before I tell him, hey, I've got a bunch of other projects I want to do first. So you're going to need to either, you can give me stuff, but you're going to have to wait a little while, or just no matter what, you're going to have to wait. So I'm just doing a quick light dry brush of Runefang steel over the Gray Knight steel. I want to try to leave a lot of that blue down those recesses. See, we brought it back up. You can see the lettering a lot better now down in those recesses. Basically just trying to get this arm up to a silver arm. It makes me think about, and I'm going to have to maybe do a little research on the back end, makes me think about, is it Nuada? There's a Celtic deity or hero that had a silver arm, and makes me wonder, and I think it was a left arm, so it makes me wonder if there's some sort of connection, because I feel like he was always hunting like fearbolgs and other kind of stuff in the lore. Like he was always going after monsters and basically what aliens would be, and this is just their take on it. Maybe just curious if that's what the direction Games Workshop was going with that. Be interesting. All right. Sorry, grabbing some gold. I want to do a little bit, as soon as I can open my eyes, and swap out brushes. I want to go ahead and put a little bit of Retributor Gold on not the whole symbol, just on the skull, and then he's got these little femur or arm bone, I don't know what the arm bone is called, radiating off from behind the skull. So I just want that to be gold. There's many ways that you can paint these shoulder pads, but I think this right here is really the typical. Now, even though we dry brush that silver on there, the Runefang steel, I'm going to go back in, and the dry brush is very kind of a haphazard way of doing it. I'm going to come back in. I want to kind of clean up these lines here on the trim and on the Inquisition symbol that's behind the skull. and pretty much all over it. But I've gotten into a habit of, after I dry brush Runefang steels, going back over it, and adding some paint, actual paint to it, because it ends up kind of like acting as another primer for it. It makes it easier. So there we go. So doing that trim, even though it's all supposed to be silver, and even though I dry brushed that shoulder pad and brought it back to like a silver, still went in and edged that, or did that trim. So it definitely kind of a trick of the light also when you look at it and like, oh, that's an awesome silver shoulder pad, but it's not all silver, only parts of it. Just like I'm kind of doing with the rest of this arm, kind of going through here, and just really kind of hitting the outer edges of it, so you have some of that blue exposed, and so you're getting that blue. I know it's hard. I'll have to go back and watch this on another computer to see what you guys are seeing. So I know my monitor, like I said, it's got a lot of weird light saturation. So to me, it just looks like on my monitor, it looks like steel, but in person, it's blue and silvery. So we'll take a look. All right. Got some more Runefang steel, and instead of dry brushing, we're going to manually go in on that the Aquila. Try to do as much of this by hand as possible. Get each of those. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. It's shiny. It's pretty versus the dark side. Yeah. I'll see if we can duplicate what I just did. All right, let's take a look at that. Yeah, boy, look at that. Popping. All right, this guy's starting to look pretty gosh darn snazzy. All right, let's deal with that. Go ahead and deal with that symbol. I'm thinking, oh, genius. You all are amazing. Thank you for that great idea. I really appreciate that. Y'all just gave me a great idea as soon as I can find the paint. Absolutely the best viewers in the world right here. I'm going to use some coal black from Creature Caster, their Pro Acryl line. It's a black paint, obviously, but it once it dries, it's like it looks like a dry finish. Like it's like the first paint, like maybe they came up with that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen you can Google it, the darker than black 2.0 and 3.0. It's like this is the first, maybe it was like the first test run because it's so matte and like light barely escapes it. I really like this for like repainting the rim of a base because it's so matte. How do you know how to actually explain it? So let's get this going here. We're going to come back over this and pick out those fingers and the other details of that fist, but we want to get the fist covered up first. Get it all nice and black. Sorry, I got to pull it away for a second so I'm not bumping my head into the camera. All right, there we go. So got that black on there. We'll come back in. We're going to clean that up with a little bit of a dry brush. But now that that black is on there, we are free to go ahead and do a quick cleanup with Corax White and get prepped for doing those flames for Fire Lord Ozai here. Corax White. Shouldn't need too much. There's only a couple spots. A little bit of black got splashed up, and then a little bit of red got on there. That's no big deal. Perfect. Yeah, that flame's gonna look good. I'm thinking, well, you don't know, but I know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some Reikland Flesh Shade just around the rim, or the shoulder pad trim. Even painting over it. I want to make it look a little bit different and get a little bit of a some of a darker kind of reddish brown color down into those recesses. Make that trim pop a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might have to change. No, I'm not going to change it. I was thinking about changing my first donation goal to getting maybe the arm. That might end up being better, but we're going to stick with the lighting. Lighting, I can deal with the arm, but or without it for now. I think the lighting is a better choice because we wouldn't. I don't know if you guys are seeing here on my screen. It look, when I get my hands here, the whole thing blues out, and then when I take my hands away, the color fades back in. So I still haven't figured out what that setting is that's doing that. And I've tinkered around with them. Very annoying. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. All right. Going to go in with some Stormhost Silver. Want to add some bright edges around his silver arm here. It's not going to show up too much because it's so thin, so light, but it helps also kind of smooth out any of that rough, the rough areas that the brush strokes might have created. So it's nice to put over Runefang steel. I've to great effect, especially on my Iron Snakes. Is really enhanced the way they look. I got a little heavy-handed here. Let's see if I can clean that up. Yeah, there we go. So it's still trying to enhance that Aquila, even though I got it to a good brightness. All right. Looks like that white is done. All right, let's do Allende in yellow. This might be a bad idea. This might be a good idea. No idea. But we're going to find out together. I'm just going to go ahead and put Allende in yellow over that flame. And hope we might have to do a second coat because it might be a little too light. Whoa. That's actually, if I didn't do Iron Snakes, that's the color scheme I would have been doing, this red and that symbol right there, but everybody wanted me to do Iron Snakes, so who knows, maybe I'll do Iron or Fire Lords next after the Iron Snakes are done. Who knows? I've got so many projects I would like to do, but I like that symbol. To me, it's a really cool flame symbol. But yeah, this guy is really starting to take a shine to him. There's the issue. I've been trying to figure out what's going on with the camera. Is that a weird angle? There we go. All right. Yep. I am liking this color scheme. I think it's this. I feel though like I should put one more layer of something down over it. I just don't know if Nuln Oil is going to screw it up or not. You know what? I'm going to leave it as is. I like this kind of dry, chalky look. Not chalky, but this dry look. And a lot of artificial or just natural highlights that I can go through a little bit later with. I'm thinking some Dark Reaper around the edges that should pop that blue, the blue that's mixed in there a little bit. I think so. I think so. All right. I got to look up the, try to see if there's an ethnicity type thing for the Fire Lords. I know I can do whatever I want. It's my model. But the only thing I remember about the Fire Lords is that Space Marines have this thing called, I think it's the Belcher gland that allows them to basically secrete an acid. It's not like super powerful acid, but they're able to secrete a little bit of an acid. But these guys, the Fire Lords, actually secrete basically a flammable type spit, basically. So essentially they can breathe fire. So what they'll do, at least what it says in the lore, is they'll swap out some of their teeth for like flint. And when they're charged into combat, or even when they're in combat, they'll like gnash their teeth together and spit and whatever, and basically breathe fire in somebody's face. I mean, it's not like a super awesome deadly attack. It's just I thought it was just a kind of a cool thing that they do. But that's me. I like wacky stuff like that. It's a cool bit of lore, in my opinion. Just doing a little bit more yellow now that that's dried up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm digging that. Fire Lords for the win. What? All right. Set them off to the side because I've been neglecting my Disney zombie princesses. I am thinking, I mean, these are classy Disney princesses that have turned into zombies. I know that they're classy because they got a classy dress on. So I feel like their shoes will match their dress. So I don't wear dresses that often these days, so I can only guess that that's the right thing to do. So we're just going to go ahead and paint those shoes to match the dress. To me, it makes sense. This is why I need to get a female personality to stream with me. That way I can, or somebody that knows fashion, not just necessarily female, but somebody that knows some fashion that I can bounce some ideas off of, like, hey, how does this sound? If the guy is wearing a brown, if he's got brown shoes, should it be a brown belt? What? I don't know. What should I be doing to match? That sort of thing. I worry about these things probably a little too much. but I just want some accuracy. That's all. I don't want to like start painting male and female models and then get the clothing all sorts of weird and wonky, and people are just because if something's not aesthetic. I mean, as human beings, we like aesthetically pleasing things, and if the clothing is all weird and wonky, that might not be too attractive to look at. Mind you, I'm talking about trying to dress up these zombies and make them attractive, so I'm not sure if that really works. And I can see that these shoes have little bows on them, so I might have to come back through and these slippers and maybe thinking maybe a little white bows. I don't think pink would look good on it. I'll have to go look at some fashion stuff. I'm not sure if little white bows or little pink bows would look good on those slippers. But we're moving right along. Let's see, what are we at? I wonder why my follower goal has not increased, because I know I've increased. I think my page says 22, but stream here says 20. So I'm not sure what's going on there. That's actually very curious. Very curious. But when we get to 50 followers, or I get to 50 followers, I will be doing our first giveaway. And at least right now, it'll be a giveaway to one person. Probably a couple. I'm thinking like 2 or 3 giveaways. Yeah, it says I got 22 followers, but something must be wrong with my follower goal thing there. It's not updating correctly. Weird. Oh well, that's all right. That's all right. So checking out the Disney princesses here. Okay. All right, gonna let that dry, and we're gonna come back to Fire Lord Ozai here. Thinking about what to do next. Let's deal with his guns. What time is it? About another 15 minutes, so still not doing a long stream today. It's been a very long, exhausting week. Trying to still sell off that estate stuff and doing stuff here for this channel, doing stuff for FMP Wargamers. So today will be a little bit of a short one, but still it's been a very successful week for the first week for Havokmkr Studio, because we are, I think, at 22 followers here on Twitch. I think we're at like about 50 some odd followers on Facebook, and I think about the same number over on Instagram. So really awesome. I really do appreciate that, everybody. I really do. That's really awesome that the community, a lot of the community members came over from FNP, are joining me over here as well as on FNP. So I really do appreciate that. And like I said, this week is just a brief taste, not even a really accurate taste of things that are going to be happening. I've got a lot planned. In fact, I'm meeting with a production guy this weekend. We're going to talk about DMCA type of stuff that we can do without getting in trouble for copyright. and how we're going to be doing our pre-recorded videos, or my videos, sorry, and kind of like what I need to be doing when he's not able to edit. So lots of cool things are going to happen this weekend, and still I'm hoping that by next weekend on YouTube will be the first of our videos for like live reaction, or not live reactions, but reaction videos. There's going to be a poll up tonight, I hope, if I can remember, to see what you guys and gals would like for us to, or for me to do some reaction videos. What would be fun for you to experience, and might be a little cringe type of fun, like, oh my god, I can't believe we're watching Dragon Ball Evolution or something like that. I mean, we're not going to watch full movies or anything, but we're going to just do reviews and reactions to movies. And but I would like to see what you guys would like. The first one, the first time we do it, it's just going to be a bunch of videos I'm going to choose, and well, give us a selection and let you all choose from that selection, about probably 4 or 5, and then we'll do that. So that could be a lot of fun. I'm hoping it will be fun. Or it could end up being disastrous. I don't know. I think it'll be fun. So I'd like to eventually be able to see what type of really bad movies you want to put me through, and do a review, or we'll do some reaction, maybe even some live watch parties, so everybody can suffer at the same time, not just me. But anyways, that's why I'm gonna get that gentleman in here, and we're gonna talk about videos and what we need to do, because the future of Havokmkr Studio is going to be more than just hobbying. I want to keep you guys entertained, but still focus right here on the hobby, because that's what this is about. I guess I do got a bunch of you on right now. Is there any movie? I guess I could ask if you had one bad movie, one really, really bad movie that you're just like, oh, and please keep it clean. You know, it's got to be safe for work type of a movie, relatively. I mean, no off-brand, if you know what I mean. No some certain type of hub type of movie. But is there a bad movie that you would like me to include in that first video? Yeah, because that way, I mean, who knows, it might be on that list that I'm already starting to put together. But yeah, if you guys have a really bad one, I mean, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes type bad, I don't even know, or the Trauma films with Toxic Avenger. If you guys got a bad one, let me know right now. Put it in the chat, and or whenever I get it up on the Facebook page, you can put it on there and let me know. Real quick, what I've done is gone in with that coal black, and I've slapped it onto the bolter casing and the heavy bolt pistol casing. I just thought that might end up being a kind of a better, instead of using the black Templar, I want the blacks to be a little different, because even like when you're wearing, say, black armor or stealth, it's a little bit different than the gunmetal and vice versa. So I figured, let's go with that real matte black on there. And we're going to go in with Nolan Oil once that lead belcher drops. So he's definitely going to have kind of a stealth look to him. which is really weird. You know, these guys are all about stealth, and they some of the art or some of the novels and even some of the other works, like they want to operate in secret. But how operating in secret can you be when you're a 800 or 8 foot tall, 1,000 pound genetically enhanced warrior with a big silver arm and then a big colorful shoulder pad or a chapter symbol? How stealthy are you? Does that make? Am I making sense there? It seems like it doesn't seem like you're being really stealthy. It seems kind of actually the opposite of stealth. I mean, I could be wrong, and I understand that they have their armor is stealth armor, and it's photoreactive or whatever. But still, it's not like it's like having like a rhinoceros try to ninja sneak up on somebody. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Clean up a couple spots with Blood Angel Red. Didn't quite get. All right. Yeah, he's coming along. Coming along nicely. Still not sure how. I mean, I like this concept that I went with here with the kind of diluted Black Templar and then the Drakenhof Nightshade over it. But I ran into a problem of I'm not sure how I'm going to highlight this. Man, I don't know now. I am not sure how I'm going to highlight this. Interesting. One of those I'll have to sit there and contemplate on. Just have to stare at the model, wait for inspiration to hit, because that's a lot of the type of art I do anyways. I wait for inspiration to hit, like the RPG that I'm working on. I've got the rules down. I got a lot of the lore done, and I'm about 150 pages in to the book, and I think the core essence of it is good. Now I just need to basically do the filler episode, go in and maybe a beach episode, just fill in all the blanks. Kind of go from, hey, here's a basic description, like a paragraph description, to now I need to like triple or quadruple that, make it like 4 or 5 paragraph explanation. So that is kind of where I'm at right now. Plus, we need to be play testing. I think I'm gonna have to kind of put the RPG on to kind of take the rest of this year to go ahead and flesh it out instead of rushing it, since all the gaming conventions that I would go to with it to play test and to show it off and just get general interest, they're not happening. So that there's no point in me trying to power through it now. So I can actually back up a little bit, take my time, do a little bit more research. So what do you guys think of this guy so far? I know I haven't done his face, but I think he's still drying in some spots. Need that black and those weapons to dry. But I think I've got a winner here. I think this is going to be a good scheme. I'm still wanting to put some Nuln Oil over the armor. You know what? This is a test, right? I said this is a test, so we might as well test. So if it messes up, it messes up. What are we going to do? Panic, throw the model across the room? Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do if I mess this up. I think the Nuln Oil, I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's actually going to enhance it. Oh man, now it's a little too late. But maybe the next guy, or maybe or I'll just get like one of the old school Marines, and we'll test it. I wonder, instead of a matte finish, I wonder what this painting technique, this process, looks like with Nuln Oil gloss over it versus regular Nuln Oil. I'll have to compare the two. So I like finding new ways. I think every time I've done the Space Marines, or the Death Watch, I've always changed up the process except for the shoulder pad, which this time I did change up the process. All right. Nuln Oil is on. We're going to let that dry and then see how that looks. Get that up in the air. Our Disney princesses are looking mighty fly. So let's grab what's left of this coal black from Creature Caster, just so I can get an idea of how the model is going to look without all the paint marks underneath there. We're just going to paint these bases black. I'll probably paint the character bases a different color, but if I do this matte black here, it'll help frame that model a lot better. And we can get a good idea. It won't look as sloppy. All right. She definitely looks a lot better. Yep. I think we're doing good here. I think it's good. It's good. Let's see. Let me swap her for this other base. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I think that these zombies are going to be done pretty quick. I'm still going to go in and do a little bit more detail work. But seeing how fast these ladies paint up, I mean, I've got 4 of them done and the Space Marine to a pretty good standard for base coating. Now I can go in, add some quick details, and so yeah, I think we're going to be averaging about 5 models an hour, maybe 5 models every 2 hours. So I should be able to get probably about 10 done a day, I think. Man, I really do like how that Flesh Terror red settled down on her dress. All these dresses look really... Oh, I missed some spots there. But that really dark red looks really pretty. Like I would want to do an army, especially an army or a bunch of models. Yeah, I guess an army. That had a lot of cloth like this, and where I could just sit there and do lots of that red. I think that red looks really good on fabric, so you can see the different folds and pleats. I don't think it looks it doesn't look as good on flat armor, but I think on that cloth, that when you have a lot of that texture, I think it looks good. Just like let's see, like here's Gregor, or whatever his nuts name is. It looks that red looks really good there. I don't know if I added that onto anybody else. I don't think so. So yeah. All right, guys and gals. He is drying up. Oh, dude. Okay. We got the process. I know it's still drying, but perfect. Perfect. All right. We got the process. I need to write this down, and I need to try to duplicate this black armor. That's exactly what I needed to do. That Nolan oil was perfect. The parts where it's dry, it's filled in some of the splotches and the staining, and it's covered it up. Perfect. I still don't know what we're gonna do for the highlights. Probably some. I'm thinking some Dark Reaper and then something over that. A fine, just on the edges here and there. But yeah, oh that black. That's good. That very blue black look. Oh my gosh, I'm just like super excited about it. All right. Oh man, that looks amazing. Thank you, sir. I like I said, I still don't know what it looks like on your guys' screen. I'm gonna have to look at this. Oh, you know what? I got my monitor or my phone here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Can I make that camera? Can I make this bigger? I don't know how to make it bigger, but yeah, I'm digging that. I think I think we got it. Think we got it, coach. And that's just using 1-to-1 mix of Black Templar and contrast medium, then Drakenhof Nightshade over that, and then Nuln Oil over that. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I'm just really excited because each time I've done black armor, it's I just get better and better at. I mean, in my opinion, I get better and better at it, and I enjoy it a lot more every time. Oh, beautiful, you gorgeous beast! Can't wait to finish you up. Oh my goodness! Sorry guys, I'm really excited about the way that this is coming out. His chapter symbol looks pretty gosh darn pimp. So it doesn't matter what anybody's going to say. There's at least going to be one Fire Lord in that squad, no matter what. He might be like a third squad. I might put him at the back end, but there's now going to be a Fire Lord in there. So I guess next time, or between now and Monday, I'm going to try to duplicate this guy. If I can duplicate this process, then intermittently, I'm going to be doing one or two of these guys, and we're going to make them look absolutely bonkers, crazy, amazing. Man, I'm loving this. Loving this. And I know you guys are, I pretty much know, I think I know the answer, but I want to see what you guys think. Let me think of how to word this. If I'm able to secure a second box of the Indomitus, the new 9th edition starter box, would you guys be willing to have that as a random prize giveaway here on the channel? Would you guys be interested in that? I'm going to put that up on the Facebook group as well and on Instagram, but would you be interested in a chance to win it? And if so, what if it was for, if we were doing, say, now if it was a $5, what if it's like a $5 entry and all proceeds goes to, you only do one entry per person, but we do $5 entry and all proceeds goes to a charity? Would that be worth it? Would $5, a chance at $5 to win that new Indomitus box, would that opportunity be worth it? And then, you know, the $5, every $5 that we get, 100% goes to charity. Like, I'll even cover whatever minuses that we get for, or percentages taken out from, like, what do you call it? PayPal or whatever, I'll cover the cost of that percentage, and no matter what, we'll do a 100% donation to a charity. So Nam's already for it. I don't know about anybody else, but in giving away a box of Indominus, and you have a chance to win $5 entry for, and basically we're going to give it away for charity. Does that make sense? $5 entry for charity. So I'll get that up on Facebook as well. I got a bunch of Facebook posts to paste up over the next couple days. See what people think about that. And I'll get it over on Instagram as well, because people just love those type of contests on Instagram. But I think that might be a cool thing if I'm able to secure those 2 copies. Well, one for me, and then a second one, and we'll give that up for charity. So I think we'll do that. But I'll get everybody's opinion first, because I don't want to do that and then we just get a $5 donation from Nam and nobody else, which is fine. And, hey, Nam, you're going to win. But I would just like to, if we could generate as much revenue as possible, and also get, I'm not going to lie, if I can get that many get a bunch of subscribers. But I'll tell you what, I will not do it until I have 50 subscribers. So we've got about 2 weeks, 2, maybe 3 weeks, before, let's say we got until that box comes out, or until it goes on pre-order. We have until it goes on pre-order to get me up to 50 followers. If I hit 50 followers, not only we're going to have a giveaway from random stuff that I have in here, but then we'll do that charity giveaway. $5 donation gets you an entry, and it gets you a chance to win that Indominus box. So, yeah, let's get me to 50, and I'm going to be giving stuff out to you guys. So, all right, I'm going to get going. It's been about 2 hours. Throat's kind of dry, and I'm beat after this week. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Next week, the schedule will actually coalesce into a more, hey, on this day it's hobby and chat. This day is tutorial day. This day is hobby and chat. This is tutorial. I would like to do one day a week dedicated to a game system. So one day is going to be Games Workshop. One day will be Marvel Crisis Protocol. One day will be random board game or random other game, random miniature. So, at least 3 days a week, it'll be a random hobby project. So I'm not just doing a bunch of stuff every day. And then I think Tuesdays and Thursdays will be tutorial day. So those days I will basically sit down and take your request, your suggestions, and we'll get it up. We'll get everything up here, and we'll go a step-by-step process of getting you from A to B as best as possible. So we'll see how that all works out. But that'll be starting next Monday. Nice, bring everything together. So watch Facebook. If you get a chance to today, like I said, on Facebook right now on the Havokmkr Studio. But it's basically the same title as you're seeing up above, but without the underscore before studio. Go to there, or maybe I have a description, or down in the social media down below. And actually, there might be a link goes right to it. Anyways, go there, take a look at the Death Watch poll that I put up. Pick 5 chapters, whichever ones you think are that are awesome, or follow the link that I've put in the description, and you can look at all the amazing canonical chapters that the Space Marines have, and then just kind of look at the different names. You can Google it, whatever you want to do, and pick 5, and those will be the first 5. The top 5 chosen will get be part of that first 10-man, or sorry, the first 10 chosen will be the part of that first 10-man Death Watch squad, Death Watch Primaris Space Marine squad that we will put up probably for auction. And once again, that money will probably go to charity, or we'll probably split charity and studio stuff. And that whoever wins will get hopefully, in my opinion, a amazing looking squad. Hopefully you guys will think it's amazing. All right, I'm going to get going. A lot of stuff coming down the line, so watch Facebook. And I will see you at least probably Monday. There's a chance I might do a random paint this weekend. But if not, I'll see you Monday morning on FMP Wargamers for news, rumors, and that news and rumors. We might have information concerning that Indominus box. So I'll see you at 10 a.m. on FMP Wargamers, and then, of course, 7 p.m. for this channel on Havokmkr Studio. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the follows. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson, or the Johnson family, for the donation. And I really do appreciate that. You guys have a wonderful weekend. You too, Nam. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, man. You are a great friend. But you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, and I will talk to you in a few days.